Hey guys, welcome back. It's the practice log with Mac, coming at you from the music dungeon with the decorative mattresses here. And yeah, welcome back to the channel. What is this? This is a practice log, so it kind of consists of a few parts. First, I'm going to talk about a few comments that I had on the last YouTube video. I had, I think, 3 pretty good comments, which I'll kind of respond to those real quick. And then today, what the kind of concept I want to talk about outside the comments is improvising over fiddle tunes, because we've been talking about improvising jazz for the last couple videos, and I wanted to kind of get back to bluegrass. That's what I've been working on a little bit more. I'm still working on the jazz stuff, of course, but fiddle tunes are great, and you kind of need to know them as a banjo player, right? Know them. Know them is a okay. You need to know fiddle tunes, a lot of them, if you want to play bluegrass and any sort of folk music. So we're going to talk about that. Then after that, I'm going to kind of play what I've been practicing, and then we'll wrap it up. So let's get into those comments. All right, 5 String, friend of the channel. How you doing, man? He says, "Hey Mac, check out Gordon Stone. His first album was Scratching the Surface back in '81. Another album of his that I have is Touch and Go from '95. He has a few others that came out later. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2020, but he left us some great banjo music." I am unfamiliar with Gordon Stone, but I will go listen to. I went and looked him up on Spotify. He has how many albums? I see 4 albums under his name, and then he's featured on. Oh, these look like just compilations of various artists. So it looks like he has 4 albums on Spotify. I'll go listen to all those and probably talk about him in the next video, because I'm unfamiliar with him, and it's kind of strange to learn about a new banjo player at this point, right? Because I've done enough banjo history research that I feel like I know them all, but obviously not. But yeah, Gordon Stone, I'll go check him out, and we'll probably talk about him more in the next video, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for the comment. All right, our next comment is from Double Alpha Musings. Great name. He says, "This is sick. I really enjoy your videos. I've been playing banjo for 4-ish years now. My teacher passed away, though, and I have not really had lessons because of that, which has really limited me. But I still enjoy playing. I'm super into it and love the instrument. You're way better than me, but it's cool to hear you processing these things. I really appreciate that there's someone else into this stuff in generally my generation. It is pretty interesting to understand the history of it all as obscure as it is. Love it. Anyway, thanks for the video and channel. Good stuff on the best guitar-like instrument out there. God bless, Abe." Thanks so much, Abe. I really appreciate that comment. Yeah, banjo history is great, and I used to know it a lot better than I do now, I think, because I got that book, Masters of the 5-String Banjo, which has interviews with all the greats from like Earl up to when Bela was young, because it was written when Bela was just like first coming onto the scene, but it has interviews with like Earl, JD, Sonny Osborne, Don Reno, some more obscure ones like Larry McNeely and Pat Cloud near the end, who we talked about last time. So I got really into the history with that, and have kind of let it slide because I haven't read that book in a while. But yeah, if you're interested in banjo history and would like some more videos on it, I would definitely be interested in making those. It'd be a good reason for me to get back into it, to make some videos on it. So let me know if you want more of those. But thank you for the comment. I appreciate it. And then Richard Chang says, "Bicep emoji, fire emoji, decorative mattresses." Yes, we love our decorative mattresses. "Bill Keith's song Clinging Vine is a melodic tune in E flat, but it's all pentatonic." That's cool. I didn't know that song was in E flat. I know that song because I think it's on the record Fiddle Tunes for the 5-String Banjo with Bela, Tony, and Tony Trischka and Bill Keith. Listened to that album, of course, and heard it, but I didn't know it was E flat, so that's cool. And E flat pentatonic, is that, I don't know if it's E flat major pentatonic or E flat minor pentatonic, because obviously that would be those would be different. But yeah, that's cool that it is possible on banjo. I don't know I responded to the comment and asked if he used a capo, and I don't think Richard has replied. I haven't gone and listened to it to like try to transcribe it to see what he does, but if he does use a capo, then he could just, capo at the first fret and play it in basically G position in E flat, or no, he'd be playing in D position in E flat, or he could just tune up, right? So if he did that, then it's not really that interesting. But if he does play it out of standard G tuning, that is interesting, and I would be curious to go transcribe it and see. So that's cool, though. Maybe I should go transcribe that for next time. But yeah. Anyway, I think that's all the comments we had. So thanks for the comments. We'll get into talking about fiddle tune improvisation. So improvising over fiddle tunes. It's a great thing to do. Something I think you should learn to do. And here's the process that I have been doing. So I've been spending certain time, like a certain chunk of time with a specific fiddle tune and like working up vocabulary for it and then trying to transfer it into over fiddle tunes. Get my sleeve pulled up here. And I think there are a couple things which you need to know. And this isn't like a lesson or anything. I'm just trying to explain what I've been doing. So if anyone watching has more thoughts on this, please let me know, because this isn't like a teaching thing. This is just me explaining what I've been trying to do for myself. I think first up, you need to know the melody. And I like to know the melody in both melodic style and single string, and then kind of have a Scruggs variation too. So what does that mean? So great fiddle tune, Whiskey Before Breakfast. Everyone's going to know it. So if I want to play that in melodic style, I haven't played yet today, so my hands are probably going to be, this is probably going to sound awful, but if I want to play in a melodic style, I can do it like that. If I want to play on single string, I could play, or I could play it down here. Or I could play it up here. Oh, whoops. Love that one, because you can play it you can play the whole thing through in 3 different octaves, which is really rare. And then a Scruggs sort of arrangement, which is a much looser interpretation of the melody, but it's kind of fun to throw in sometimes, is yeah, so with that tune, I have my melodic version, my single string version, or and I have my Scruggs version. And just with those 3 things, you can really mix and match a lot and improvise some pretty cool stuff. So let's just give that a shot. So if you were paying attention, you could tell when I was kind of switching in between the melodic and single string versions, right? Like I started with this, which is melodic, and then I went down here to do some single string, and then kind of went into the Scruggs thing. Sorry, I'm playing really poorly because I haven't played this song in a long time, and it's really cold in this room, so my hands are freezing. But you're getting the point, even with my terrible playing. So I think that's kind of the first step is you learn the melody several different ways, and just with that you can kind of mix and match. Now, beyond that, I think the more ways that you have to get around the fretboard, the more free you're going to be with improvising. So the ways that I've been using have been just, basic things that most banjo players are going to know, like the sixth thing. I'm going to go back to G. So those six, and that's a really nice way to get around the fretboard. I'm going to switch to Big Sayota instead with You for Breakfast. So you saw how I was moving with those sixths, right? What I did there was kind of corny. I wouldn't want to do that in an actual solo, but that was just for demonstrative purposes. Then another way to get around the neck is obviously the melodic scale. So in G that would be, oh my gosh, in G that would be, so that's another way to get around the neck. So like for Big Sayota, so I would kind of went up the neck like this. That's another great method. Then you have like the 2-string things like this. So you can get around the scale like that. Get around the neck, not the scale. So that's great, and you can do that with every string pair. Again, pretty corny, but just a demonstration. I keep doing that. Every single one of these examples. Don't pay attention to that. So yeah, different string pairings is another great way to move around the neck. Also, single string stuff. That was awful, but you get it single string. Like arpeggios. So kind of this idea. So arpeggio is another great way, and then closed melodic stuff, which is one of the things I've been practicing a lot, and I'm sure a lot of you have noticed I've been doing this. And now it's really sloppy. Again, it's really cold in this room. My hands are freezing. But yeah, all of this closed melodic stuff. That's a great way to get around. Lost timing there, but you understand. I'm doing a lot of those as triplets, but you don't have to. So yeah, working with all those things with fiddle tunes to try and get around the neck and get to the different points where you know the melody, right? So maybe I start Big Sayota down here. So that's the start of the melody. Then I do some melodic thing to get up the neck. Then I go the next part of the melody, which is an octave up from where I started down here. Then I do like the closed melodic triplet thing to get back down. Now I'm up in this register, so I can play the melody in the higher register. And then I could do a closed melodic thing to get down. Or stay in the same place. So that was me walking down with the 2-string thing. That was the major 7 arpeggio thing. So yeah, that's kind of been my process, is learn the melody several different ways and then put all those different getting around things in so that I can swap between what register I'm playing the melody in from down here. It's up here. So even, you know. Haven't practiced it up there, but yeah, and then obviously you don't have to start with the melody every time, but that's just kind of where I have been at and what I've been practicing to just get more free with improv on fiddle tunes, because I don't want to just play the melody every time, right? Because if you're just playing the same thing every time, I don't know, it's just really boring. I don't want to do that. So I want to really, you know, go all over the neck and come up with cool things. Once I have this mastered, I think the next step is actually like doing melodic improvisation, where it's I'm really going for new ideas, and I, you know, create an idea and then I connect them to other ideas and all that. That's another level. I'm not there yet, but working towards it, right? So this is the next step. And yeah, so anyway, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about with fiddle tunes. That's my process. I did that with Big Sciota for about a week. I've been doing it with Forked Deer now, and I'll probably just keep doing that with as many fiddle tunes as I want to until I move on to something else, because I think that's really how you learn to improvise over music, is just kind of doing that as one of the first steps. And yeah, hopefully that will lead to higher levels of improvisation down the road. Anyway, now it's time to get to the actual practice part of the practice log. So what have I been practicing? So Sugar Maple, still working on that. Last video that I played Sugar Maple and I got a copyright strike because the video thought it was Gnome's recording. So honestly feel pretty flattered by that. Really confused because I played it awfully. It sounds nothing like the actual recording. And I've been working on all that improvisation over fiddle tunes sort of thing. Also, I've been working on the closed melodic stuff. So this. And that all up and down the neck. Trying to get different patterns with that and really get that into my improvisation. So anyway, I think I'll play Sugar Maple, and maybe I shouldn't play Sugar Maple. I'll get another copyright strike. I'll play Forked Deer. That one's still pretty rough. And I'll play Big Sciota, and I'll play Sugar Maple. What the heck? So. Okay. I'm still working on that one. Only been improvising over it for a couple of days. Big Sayota. This should hopefully be a little better. Okay. There's that stuff. You could really see all the connecting material that I was doing there really easily. So that was great. And Sugar Maple. That's all I've got so far. Next time I'm going to put a space heater in this room for a while before I record because, man, is it hard to play with cold hands. Anyways, thanks for watching. Yeah, and all that stuff. You want lessons, shoot me an email. My email's in the description. Like and subscribe if you made it to the end of the video. I'm at like 400 and something subscribers, which, like last month I was at, I think 240, so really had a ton of new subscribers over the past month. Might even get to 500 by the end of the year, which would be really cool. That'll probably happen if I post a short every single day through the month, which I want to, but I'm kind of running out of stuff to play, so I'm either just gonna have to like straight improvise a lot of that stuff, or I don't know, we'll see what happens. It'd be really cool if we got to 500 by the end of the year, but we'll see. It may happen. I wouldn't be surprised, but I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya. Bye-bye.